Hey guys, did you know that I have a Patreon where you can support me and plus get awesome rewards? Or if you're thinking to yourself, but Julian, I want even more bang for my buck while still supporting you, you can pop over to my Redbubble and check out my awesome store with new designs appearing regularly. But for now, enjoy the video you're about to watch.
Hey guys, it's me, Julian Greystoke, dressed as a pirate for a tag. I'm actually dressed as a pirate in 2 tags. I don't know which of these is going to come out first, but I'm dressed as a pirate for this one because, you know, fall, Halloween, dressing up. See my pirate costume here. Whoa, in full, wearing the corset, necklace. I am a pirate of the long-lost land of Oshkosh Bagosh. Today we are doing the fall writing tag. I don't think anyone tagged me, and I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. It was originally by, I think, Alexandra Roslin? Links in the doobly-doo to the original, as usual. But let's just get right to it, talking about writing in a context of fall. By the way, I have a pumpkin-y candle lit over there, so we're just all set. The first question is, crunching leaves. What do you listen to while you write? Well, most of you know that I listen to movie and game soundtracks, but I have been branching out a little bit. I've been listening to more Decemberists, I've been listening to some Riverdance, so it's just kind of whatever strikes my fancy. It's something that can be kind of on in the background that's not too distracting, something that makes for a good ambiance. I have tried to listen to some of those, like Rain, or there's these videos that are like the Slytherin common room or whatever, and it'll just be noises from like the common room for hours, the crackling fire, you know, the sounds of pages being turned, and I can't get into those. It has to be music, unfortunately. Question 2, hot cider. What do you eat and drink during a writing session? Most of you know that I pretty much only drink tea and I don't eat while I write, which is a problem because sometimes I forget that human beings need to eat. So that's unfortunate. Usually I will have a few sips of tea, set it down, get to writing, and when I go for another sip, it's gone cold. So that's my life. Question 3 is bonfire. Name your perfect writing conditions for a writing evening. Well, they would be pretty much like a fire going in my fireplace. It's kind of dark out. It's quiet. Here's a big one, I don't have to go outside anymore that day. The not so great thing about adulting is you can never have a day where you don't have any kind of responsibilities, so whether it's work or taking care of my animals, I always have to be going outside no matter how cold it is. And an ideal writing situation is one where I have done all of those outside chores and I can now just snuggle in and write as long as I want to. Also, if the weather is bad, that often helps me in the mood for writing, but that also means I have to go out in that bad weather, so it's kind of a toss-up. Question 4 is pumpkin spice. What is something you used to like, but now you don't? I never liked pumpkin spice, just putting that out there. Never been a big fan of pumpkin anything. I don't even like pumpkin pie, so I guess I'm a terrible white girl. I can't think of anything like, maybe there's a trope that I used to like that now I don't. I can't really think of anything. Of course, I never prepare for these ahead of time, so I got nothing. I got nothing that I used to like, but now I don't. And is that a thing with pumpkin spice? Are people like growing out of it? I thought once you were pumpkin spice forever. Question 5 is Halloween. That's why I'm dressed as a pirate. What is your favorite part of the writing process? Because Halloween is everybody's favorite part of October. What's your favorite part of the writing process? For me, that's simple. The actual writing. I love the act of writing. It is my jam. It is what I want to be doing. Which is a problem because I hate everything else. And stuff needs to be edited, you know? You can't just like write it and then leave it. You have to fix it, and I hate that. But the act of writing is just the best thing for me. It's like having an adventure. Question 6, monsters. What terrifies you most while writing? The notion that it's all terrible and no one's going to want to read it. I know that I would keep writing even if there was no one to read it, but I'll be honest, I like having readers. I like knowing that people are enjoying my story, and it is always something I struggle with while I'm writing because I know it's flawed and I know it will never be perfect. That's the very frustrating thing. I know no matter how much I edit, no matter how much I work, it will never be perfect and someone is always going to dislike it, and it just scares me that no one will ever want to read it and everyone will think that it's terrible. So that's something I actively have to fight against while I'm writing. Why should I even bother because this is going to suck and no one's going to like it struggle. And I've written a lot of books, so it's not even that I'm new to this. Question 7 is hay rides. How do you get over bumps in the writing road, like writer's block, etc.? I just keep going. I know, you're all tired of hearing that. Just right. Ho ho ho, easy for you to say. I often go for a walk if I'm having trouble. I take my dog out, we go for a walk because my feet are like connected to my brain, so if I'm stuck, I can just walk. That's why I get a lot of ideas at work, because I often say I walk for a living. I have a very active job where I move around a lot, and it just gets my brain to churning. My husband bought me a little cute little laptop that's basically just a word processor, and I can now write on my break at work, and it's working really well because I'll have all those ideas in the beginning of my day, and I'll be able to just like sit down and get straight to them. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The way that I get through any sort of bump in the road is to just keep going. Question 8, haunted house. What are your world building tips? Well, I suck at world building, so don't be like me? I don't know. I tend to like, world building is the last thing I care about. It's all about them characters, baby. But if I'm reading a book and I want to see good world building, it definitely needs to be well woven into the story. Clever world building that lets you see firsthand what the world is instead of just info dumping it in your lap is the best way to go. If you are writing along and you realize that you are just dumping information on the reader, you gotta find some more engaging way to get that into the world. Let us experience it along with the character rather than just being like, this is the way the world is. Question 9, pumpkins. Because it all started with a pumpkin, I guess. Do your story ideas start with characters, plot, settings, etc.? Question mark. Well, they usually start with plot and characters. Characters will just come to me and be like, hey, I'm in a story, figure out which one, and I'll be like, good, I'll keep an eye out. And then I usually get the plot, or at least some elements of the plot, but all I need is a little bit of plot to really get me kicking off thinking about the characters I'm going to meet along the way. So characters are really, have been and always shall be where it's at for me. And question 10, ghost stories. Give us a spoopy writing prompt right now. Oh boy. Means I gotta just throw something out. Again, I'm not prepared, so I'm just gonna come up with something off the top of my head. So, your main character is a woman who lives alone on a street where everything is quiet. It's Halloween night, all of the trick-or-treaters are gone and done. It's late at night. She didn't want any trick-or-treaters coming to her door because, you know, she's kind of maybe socially shy. So she had her lights off on her porch. No trick-or-treaters coming, and she's settling in with her bowl of popcorn to watch maybe a scary movie, snuggled in, and she hears the doorbell ring and hears someone call trick-or-treat. Go. Write that. If you do write that, if you write the rest of that story, please, please, please comment below and let me know where I can read it. I don't have any illusions about anybody actually liking that prompt. I literally just made it up 100% off the top of my head right meow, but if you want to have fun with it, it is all yours, my children. And of course, you all know that I post new videos here Mondays and Fridays. All the links to my social media are where? In the doobly-doo for ease of your clicking. And if you want to, you can support me over on Patreon where you get exclusive content that no one else gets to see, so you can feel extra special. Plus, all of your donations go towards getting me better equipment so that maybe I can get better lighting in this window, or that leaves like whatever this lighting is happening on my chest right now. That's great. That's great. No, that's fine. It's fine. I like it. Anyway, I will see all of you again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Yarr!
Hey everyone, it is shout out time. Time to shout out to my patrons Amanda, Ashley, Kim, Lisa, Ramona, Sabby Panda, and Sarah. If you want to be great like these amazing people, then become my patron over on Patreon.